Hey guys! So I am here with my friend Jeff DePauli.
Hi!
Of Disney Coast to Coast, which some of you guys probably already know exactly what I'm talking about, but for those of you guys who aren't familiar, Disney Coast to Coast is one of my personal favorite podcasts.
Yay.
I listen every week. I'm a huge, huge fan, and pretty recently I got to go and interview with them, so if you guys haven't caught that, by the way, I'll link it down below. But I am super excited because...
Here's a big announcement.
Big announcement!
Yeah.
I'm honored that now I get to announce that I'm a guest host on Disney Coast to Coast.
Yes, indeed.
With Jeff. And I'm going to be on there intermittently throughout the year for some Disney princess-inspired episodes. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. The first one should be up now.
Yeah, it'll be up now. And you want to give them a sneak peek?
Let's give a little sneak peek.
Well, here's a sneak peek for you. And if you like this, I'm sure you'll have the whole link below.
Check the description below for all of the links and all the information. I'll also try to annotate somewhere, or you know what, I'll link to the video.
Sure.
We'll just do that. And yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe on iTunes and leave a review if you guys want a shout out on the podcast. I learned that the hard way.
Yep.
They called me out.
It's fun times.
Because I told them I was a fan, but I didn't leave a review. And they were like, well, why didn't you leave a review? So, but if you guys love Disney like I do, this is the podcast for you. If you love Disney parks, there's a lot of that going on, which I love.
A lot of info.
Keeps
every
me in
Wednesday.
the know. You know, I feel like a little less of, out of the loop because of these guys. So,
and everything you want to know about
Yes.
Disney Coast to Coast can be found at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.
check it out.
Do you dream of fairies and princesses? Then you've come to the right place. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePauli.
And I'm Traci Hines.
Traci Hines is here sitting next to me for her first official time in the co-host seat.
I'm a little nervous, guys. You got to help me.
Don't be nervous. If you don't know Traci Hines, introduce yourself. And you might have seen her on Disney Coast to Coast last season as a guest on the show.
Yeah.
But now she is one of the rotating co-hosts on Disney Coast to Coast. You'll be seeing her much more often.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's a wonderful
/
thing.
very honored.
Thank you. And tell them a little bit about yourself, where they can find you.
Well, YouTube is probably the best place to go. If you guys have never seen me before or anything, I'm a singer and songwriter and big Disney fan, obviously. Big, like, Ariel fan.
Mm-hmm.
My YouTube is youtube.com/TraciJHines. And you can Google me and find me across the interwebs. But music is my biggest passion, but I also have a clothing line, Adorkableapparel.com. I do so much stuff, but a lot of it is inspired by, like, Disney and fairy tales, and I just, like, love to live in that world. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me, I guess.
And a lot of cosplay as well.
Yeah, exactly. In my music, I do a lot of, like, Disney-inspired costumed music videos. So, very, very inspired by the princesses.
Cool. And what we're going to be doing on the show together is a segment called Princess Pondering.
It's time for Princess Pondering.
Okay, so what is Princess Pondering? Well, Traci, you love the Disney princesses.
A little bit.
I love the Disney princesses. So we're going to basically take a princess each episode and dive into their movies and how they're represented in the theme parks.
Nice pun there.
Ah, yes, nice.
Dive in.
That's right. That works for today because we're going to start with what is both of our favorite Disney animated features, right?
Pinocchio!
No, not Pinocchio. It's The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And
The best.
this
One of the best.
for me, it's the best. Like
You know me, I have a trinity, so it's one of the trinity for me.
So please tell the listeners and viewers what are the three?
Oh yeah, the other two. So it's obviously Little Mermaid, but the other two aren't princess movies. It's Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland. But yeah, as far as princesses go, Ariel is The Little Mermaid is my favorite movie, and Ariel is my favorite character.
Ariel takes the cake.
Yes.
So let's start. So we already said as far as ranking is concerned.
Yeah, for us it's like number one. I think we're in agreement on that.
I like have such vivid memories of seeing Little Mermaid for the first time. Do you remember?
I want to hear yours.
Well, I just remember being a kid, like going in the movie theater and like sitting there and watching that up on the big screen. And I feel like up to that point, this may not be like factual, but I feel like up to that point, everything else I had seen Disney animated had been a revival of some sort. Like I remember seeing Peter Pan on the big screen, which obviously wasn't the original.
You saw Peter Pan on the big
I did
screen?
as a kid, one of like during the re-releases. So I feel like my young memories are re-releases,
Yeah.
but the first new one was Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And I remember just being like, oh my goodness. And another great memory is actually the VHS copy that sits behind me every week on here. I remember my grandparents got it for me. And I can remember when I was a kid, my grandparents would go to the mall every Friday night and then come to my house after. And I remember one time we met them at the mall and my grandparents were sitting on the bench and they had a copy of The Little Mermaid for me.
It's so cute.
And so that is the exact copy. So I've had that ever since, what was it, 1990 probably that the VHS came out. So
This is dating us right now.
yes,
just
we're
so you
old.
know.
So I was very young when I got it, very young. But how about you? Any first time memories?
Well, I was just thinking, I wonder if I still have my original VHS because I had one. My parents got it for me, and I told them not to get rid of it, but we've been getting rid of a lot of stuff lately, so I should actually check with them. But so similar to you, it was the first Disney movie that I remember seeing in theaters. I know I saw Snow White in the theater when they did the whole Snow White revival thing.
I don't think I ever saw that.
But
in
I was
theaters.
so little. Like my mom took me, and apparently I cried my eyes out, and she had to leave halfway. That is a scary movie.
It
We'll
is.
get to that another time. But yeah, I remember going to see it in the theater. My little best friend, who is still a good friend of mine to this day, she also went. And I'm trying to remember if we went together or if we went like around the same time and then later saw it again together. But suffice it to say, very happy, warm memories of that time. And we got like matching Ariel parachute pants, and I have the picture. Amazing.
I thought you were going to say you had the pants, and I was like, no.
The what?
I thought you were going to say you still had the pants.
I wish.
If you did, I would insist you wear them some week.
I'm sure they ended up in some, Goodwill pile at some point, sadly. But
That's fantastic.
But no, I remember like, and that I think I talked a little bit about that when we did the interview podcast a while back. But like, and I talk about it like every time anyone asks me about Little Mermaid and stuff, and my story like with why I love Ariel. But watching that movie on the big screen, that was like the moment when I first heard Ariel sing Part of Your World.
Oh.
That was the moment when like I got the goosebumps, and I remember so vividly that, I was like, oh, I want to be a singer. This is what I want to do,
So would you say that that's Part of Your World's your favorite scene in the movie?
It kind of has to be. I mean, I love the whole movie, but yeah, I mean, just because it's such like an iconic, I have so much nostalgia attached to that song. And I feel like that moment for me, as a little kid, sort of, it really helped inspire me to find like who I am. It sounds cheesy, but it's really true, honestly.
My favorite moment is actually the Part of Your World reprise. That I don't
love
know
that
when,
too.
I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. And the
splash.
like the splash on the rock is one of the most beautiful moments in any animated film. Like that's the moment I love.
Yeah.
I love that moment in The Little Mermaid.
It's so beautiful.